Ohm's law. George Simon Ohm. From his name, this name came Ohm's law because he invented this law. George Simon Ohm from 1787 to 1854. He was a German physicist, is credited with finding the relationship between current and voltage for a resistor. This relationship is known as Ohm's law. Ohm's law states that at constant temperature, the voltage, which is represented by V, across a conducting material is directly proportional to the current, which is represented by capital I, flowing through the material. Or simply we can say that voltage is directly proportional to current when the temperature is constant. So this is called as Ohm's law. Mathematically, V directly proportional to I. Voltage is directly proportional to current when the temperature is constant. Now here the Ohm's law is V is equal to I into R, where this R is the resistance and it is constant. So resistance in Ohm, this R is the resistance in Ohm. We can rewrite this as I is equal to V by R, where V is the voltage in volts. Again, we can rewrite this as R is equal to V by I, where I is the current in ampere. Now let's understand this from circuit. So here this is a circuit. This battery is the voltage source. This is a resistance and the current through this circuit is current capital I. Now let's say the voltage source value is 10 volt. Let's say this is of 10 volt and this resistance is of 10 ohm, let's say. Now we can find the value of current I by using this formula. I is equal to V by R. So voltage value is 10 and the resistance value is also 10. So therefore 10 upon 10 is 1 ampere. That means this current will be of 1 ampere. Where the constant of proportionality R is called the resistance. Now here we can see this R is called the proportionality constant, where the constant of proportionality R is called the resistance of the material. The VI relation for resistor according to Ohm's law is depicted in figure. So here we can see this is the VI characteristic. When we take current on x-axis and voltage on y-axis, that is called as VI characteristic. Now for resistor, it will look like this. Now what is meant by this? As soon as we are increasing the voltage, the current is also increasing and we are getting a slope. So since the resistor is a linear component, it gives the linear characteristic. That's why it is a linear component. So this is the VI characteristics for resistor. Now this slope is equal to resistance. Now what are the limitations of Ohm's law? So number one limitation is Ohm's law is not applicable to non-linear elements like diode, transistor, etc. Now diode is a non-linear element. Transistor is also a non-linear element. Here we can see resistor give a straight line. That means resistor is a linear element. If the VI characteristic is linear, then that element is called as linear element. But for diode and for transistor, Ohm's law is not applicable because they are non-linear elements. Then Ohm's law is not applicable for non-metallic conductors like silicon carbide. Ohm's law doesn't apply to semiconducting devices because they are non-linear devices. So Ohm's law is also not applicable to semiconducting devices because they are non-linear devices. And also Ohm's law is not applicable for non-metallic conductors. So this is about Ohm's law.